tell you what, you're making this right close to where we're staying at, in Tarpon?
Yeah, that's where we're at.
What kind of still you got?
500-gallon hybrid.
With no hybrid meaning what?
It's a combination pot still, column still. So it's got a side column. So it's got an onion head on top, and then it's got a side 4-plate side column.
4-plate, that's it, eh?
That's it. So we're not making any vodka.
Okay.
We're making different kinds of whiskeys.
You got a pot on it for making gin and stuff, or?
Yeah, we got a gin basket.
Basket, yeah. Let's take a shot of your stuff here.
All right.
I'll tell you what. I'll take 12 of these, please. Smooth. You know what?
It is smooth.
In all honesty, that ain't bad booze.
No, it's good booze.
Yeah.
That's traditional.
How many times you run it through?
One.
That's all you should have to run it through. You got that column on the side.
Well, so what we do, we're actually not engaged in the column. We're doing mostly pot distillation.
It's just out of the pot and out of the thingy into the thingy?
Yeah, it's a single pass. And what we're doing with that is, so we make it with malted grains. So it's made with 3 malted grains, and then we degrain the mash before we ferment. So that gets rid of the husks that cause the alcohol to burn. So we really don't need to.
Okay.
It's like they make liquor in Scotland. So we make liquor in Tarpon Springs like they make it in Scotland.
I tell you what, if you wanted to make that taste better, if you run it through a charcoal filter or age it in charcoal, it'll come out of there.
All right.
Take and try some, put some charcoal in it.
All right.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I know a little bit about it. You got a plate distillery, or is it a bead or plate? Bubble plates?
Bubble plate.
Yeah. Okay. Now where about in Tarpon are you?
We're on Alt 19, about halfway between the Sponge Docks and downtown.
I tell you what.
You can't miss us.
I tell you what.
A giant sign that says Distillery.
I'd love to stop by, maybe go look at your still. I like stills.
Okay.
I tell you what, Avery's my name.
Barry's my name.
Barry?
Josh.
Josh. And they were all right filming you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Come on in.
What are we gonna try here?
This is our rye malt whiskey. So this is our, this won a double gold medal at San Francisco in 2022. That's the top award you can win for whiskey. And it's a malted rye, pecan smoked malted barley, and malted corn. And it is 102 proof.
That's good shit.
That's good.
I tell you what.
That's really good whiskey.
And how many percent is it?
It's 102 proof, so it's 51%.
50.
I mean, 51%.
I tell you what, we're only allowed 40% stuff in Canada. I tell you what, guys. If you like rye, hunt these guys down. Buy a bottle. You guys sell online, or you got to go to the store to buy it?
Right now, you have to go to the store to buy it. We're looking at a new online vendor. Our last one sucked, so we're getting a new one.
I tell you what, get in your shit box, drive to Tarpon, and go get some whiskey, for Christ's sakes. I tell you what, it's worth it.
Here you go.
I tell you what, that's pretty good booze.
Well, come on in. We'll show you how we make it.
You're right in Tarpon, right?
Right.
I tell you what, next up, boys, gonna watch and see how some booze is made, the old-fashioned way. Well, we made her here, guys. We're down at the distillery. We're about to go see how she happens, and what happens, and where it happens. We're gonna drink some booze today. Well, I tell you what, my friend. Let's go back there and take a look at your rigging.
All right.
There's whiskey back there in them there hills. Yeah.
So we try to want to specialize in grain here with that malted grains in particular.
Nice. Now, what does this do? This
was an old orange press down here. So it's an auger on the inside, a nice food grade air compressed plastic pen will go up to the back end when these grains and liquid are coming down into here, giving it nice one last good squeeze to separate that liquid out from that grain.
Oh, so you're just squishing it then. It's kind of like a meat grinder almost, kind of, sort of.
I guess so.
What does it do? Does it go around? Is it physically? It looks like it's got a squasher unit on there.
Yes. And these grains will go in.
And this here just holds pressure on the back of it?
Yep.
When it comes it pushes it in like that?
Yes, sir.
And lets her come out?
Yes, sir.
Let the goodness flow! Yeah!
From there, it would go to one of our fermentation tanks over this way, named after tanks from United States history, Patton, Sherman, and Abrams.
Nice!
From there, it would move over this way after the ferment. Amazing grace. This is our pot still. The wood on the outside has no functioning purpose. It is where she's getting her name, though. There's a guy that customizes distilling equipment from old church wood. So Amazing Grace was the name she was given.
Now this has got a shell flue that runs through here. You heat this off steam?
This is our onion head right here.
Is that what they call that?
Yes, and not that you normally see that a lot in distilleries in the United States. This is what is helping us pull out a little extra sulfites.
Now, is this an old still or a new one?
I would say a new one. I would believe.
Okay, it's kind of interesting. You've got stainless steel there grafted onto some copper.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting.
Copper helps pull out your hangover chemical, which is being called sulfites.
Yes.
Now, sulfites are what are giving you your nausea and headache feeling the next day. We're not claiming to take away dehydratedness or tiredness or any of that stuff. But we do take extra steps to pull out this hangover chemical, being called sulfites. We really want to take a lot of steps to make sure we make a top shelf product.
You should be selling like oxygen with it.
Oxygen check. Checks. You want hit?
Take a hoot of that. You'll be good for a week. And then it comes over.
This is the column still. So every level of this is a level of distillation. Over half the products we make here, because of the malt and grain process, only take one single distillation to get them at the level we want. So we'll just let these vapors pass through this column. You don't necessarily need to use.
How does it work? You tell.
It essentially is recondensing these alcohol vapors to a liquid and revaporizing them in every level, adding another distillation to it.
I'll tell you how it works. You're pretty close. What happens is you get your first contact goes through, it comes through the bubble tray, and it works like kind of like an oil bath air filter. It'll come through the liquid here, it'll bubble, and then it'll knock it down, and then it'll bubble here again, and it'll knock it out, and it just it splits. It splits the temperature, and it gets your temperature down to perfect temperature, where the alcohol comes off and the rest leaves. This is a distillation chamber, so is that. That's kind of a crude chamber. You'll get your refractionation, it'll happen in the first head here. It'll knock all your heavies out and whatever, and it'll come back over here, and it'll go back through here, and this here will clean it up. And it'll get your perfect temperature, and it'll split it where it needs to be split for the refractionation column, whatever it is. And then on the top there, I don't know what that is. I'm not familiar with that. That's a heater up there, or is that like probably a heater to heat the column and the bottom and the top when it comes off?
No, so it's connected to black pipes. It's providing cooling.
Yeah, it knocks it down. It's dicking with the temperature is what it does.
Yes.
Well, that's what this here is, a reflux chamber, and that's a reflux chamber. And what this does is it does reflux. Okay, that does reflux in a different way. It goes up and it goes around like this, and the heavies come off, come back through here. And what it does essentially is it refluxes through here. This is a bubble tower, okay? Because it goes in water and it bubbles and it comes back up and it bubbles and goes to the next one. A bubble chamber is what this is. And the higher the column, usually the purer the alcohol, but it all depends on, I guess, barometric pressure.
The more distillations that you can do.
Temperature comes down to a barometric pressure to where your heat is, where it's set. Okay, if you got it too hot, it'll blow it all off there, and it's a waste of time.
Yeah.
This here allows you to have a little bit more increments in it, and have the temperature variance change in a way that you can get the optimal alcohol out of it.
Absolutely.
See, a sulfur tower, when you're in the oil industry, a sulfur tower is something like 100 feet high, and it's got I don't know how many plates in it. And it splits within 1 degree. It'll split stuff from the bottom to the top. It'll cut it to 1 degree to boil all the stuff off and get the sulfur out of it. To separate. All this is a separator, but it's a bubble. It's a bubble tower, or you can have a pack tower where you got a bunch of beads in it, beads or whatever, and it runs through there, and the reflux goes up and it goes down, and it goes and it boils off and it goes up and down.
Absolutely.
And if you get it too hot, it'll shit it all at the top. If you get it too cold, nothing comes off of it. See, it's just a secondary tower. So this is a good setup.
Yeah.
An excellent fucking setup.
So we only use that half the time anyways, because we're getting our first distillation over here.
But I see over this tower here, you get your first distillation off the bubble tower here. Oh, off your tower over there.
The first distillation is over here.
This one here.
Oh, yes.
This one here. You just got this right here. Now, what is that, a gin box on here, or a filter?
That is a gin basket,
A gin basket on there, yeah.
Yes, that is the big gin basket on this one over here.
Why do I know so much about this? I took 2 years of distillation in school.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for you. That's good.
In the oil industry.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
This is a very, very good still right here. A very good still. I like it. But again, and this is here, what do you use this for, samples, or what do you use this for?
We make experimental products or smaller batch products over here on Artie.
Our over here we call them. We got one label, a couple of different products. A turkey gin. We took an actual roasted turkey leg, put that into the gin basket. Sage butter, rosemary, thyme, some of the mechanicals kind of match the Thanksgiving.
You throw her in the pot and boil her up. You get all fucked up eating a turkey leg.
Smoked mullet fish. It's very oily. Your oil with bonding to the alcohol. And but an actual smoked mullet fish is a mullet's a local Florida fish. Literal fish into that basket. Smell crazy. Tasted good. Savory.
I don't know whether you'd want to drink alcohol tasting like fish. Was it good?
I'm going to pull over and smell like that. You bad on multiple fronts.
You smell like
That was good.
smell like a shithouse door off a tuna boat.
We get pretty crazy. We get out.
I like this little tower.
No, it's our first brand.
Left brandy coming out of there right now.
Yes, sir.
It's like mother's milk. That's, you know what?
And so we're going to
That's good booze. Like, I tell you what, that's good fucking booze. I tell you what, like I say before, it just, and you can see it over here. If you look in the windows here, you can see the reflux happening. See the shit coming down on the glass? See the stuff falling down on the glass and it's bubbling? It's getting the temperature split out of it, hey? Yeah. I tell you what, I need to own me a still. Be a revenuer.
That's how real Ouzo should taste.
I never tasted it. Stuff I tastes like kind of like
liqueur.
Grand Marnier or something like that. Or
It's closer and more similar to Sambuca. The federal government misclassified Ouzo over 40 years ago as a liqueur. It's not supposed to be.
no, here's
To where you don't have to add sugar, and it can actually be a Greek-style Ouzo.
oh, interesting. No, here's a question: drunken driving. How pissed can you be to drunken drive around here?
Your drinking driving should not be something that you do.
How many percent alcohol can you have to be? How many drinks can you have? 8%, 10%? It's 8% at home. You drink more than 8%, you're not having a driver's license anymore.
Yeah, it's the what? 0.08.
0.08?
Yeah, is the legal limit here.
I had a friend once, he blew 3.2.
Good. And he was alive?
No, he passed out and another guy hard started him. 3.2.
0.32.
Yes, Clint Moffat, that was you, I do believe. Clint Moffat of Fort St. John, 3.2. And then you know what else he did? He took all his clothes off and ran around naked at 40 below, went into Boston Pizza to warm up. He didn't do it once, but he did it twice. Yeah, the judge told him if he did it again, he was going to put him in the nut house.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I can't drink rum, I'll puke. I just, it's something I can't drink. I'm not real good with alcohol, but the only thing I use molasses for is taking rust off of stuff. If you ever use it for that? I tell you what, you got molasses? You
I've
got
never heard
molasses? Do not put aluminum in. It'll fuck it. If you have a real problem with something that's rusted, something really delicate, like a lock off of a car or anything with rust on it, get some molasses, mix it about 4 to 1, mix her up, throw your metal piece in there, come back in about 4 or 5 days and wash her off. It's clean. It just eats it. But if you put anything aluminum in there, it'll kill it. I killed a speedometer head in there worth about $400 once. Yeah.
Yeah, you learned that lesson once, and
I tell you what, I learned a lot of lessons the fucking hard way. You know what they say about experience? Hey, you can't buy it, but it sure costs a lot. Well, that's just pretty damn neat. I appreciate you guys giving me a tour through here.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
See right there? See what he's doing back there? See what he's doing there? You gonna touch that knob right there? That's like a variable pin control on there. He's throttling the head up and down and getting the temperature to the right temperature to flow through there to take and make sure that it's getting wherever it's getting to cool it down. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Yeah, like I say, it's thanks to dear Mr. Manley. We took 2 years of distillation and went through all of the plants and stuff in Taylor, BC.
Nice.
Up and down the towers and stuff. And that's kind of why I can kind of have a similarly conversation about it. I probably said something wrong, but make sure you leave a comment and definitely subscribe. I need the money so I can buy some more of this fucking Ouzo.
And at the end of distillation, you can stick your finger in the pot when it cools off, and it feels like you're dipping your finger in oil. Even though technically it's
I tell you what, that shit's dangerous what's left over. It will kill a small farm animal. Okay, we're going to try some of this genuine artifact Ouzo, back the way they used to build her back in the good old days.
So you need a stronger pour on this Ouzo.
All right. With that is to be able to do a chemical reaction that's called lushing.
What's that?
This is spelled L-O-U-G-H-I-N-G. And this is like opening up a whiskey by putting it on ice or water. Some spirits have more oils in them than others.
I just usually put it in like one of them glasses,
So Ouzo has a lot more oils in it than a lot of other spirits, to the point where when this gets downproofed with ice, water, mixer, any of the above, these oils can now kind of fall out, changing the flavor. That's why whiskey on ice is different, or a spirit on the shelf is different than it is in a cocktail, for example. It's a chemical reaction called lushing. The reason I'm talking about this is because lushing as a chemical reaction is nicknamed the Ouzo effect, because you can actually see the chemical reaction happen.
Well, let's take a gander at it.
All right. So if you want to try it neat before you put it on ice, take a little sip of it and then pour the rest on the ice for me. All right. You'll see almost immediately when you pour it on the ice, you'll see oils start looking like they're essentially melting off of that ice cube.
Okay. What are we looking for?
Pour the rest on.
What are we
that
looking
ice.
for?
You're looking for oils to be falling off of that ice cube. You'll see it happen almost immediately. And as that's starting to happen, there's something called it'll slowly be turning cloudy, milky white.
I can see that in the bottom.
cup. Yeah, the oils are falling down, as you can see right there.
I tell you what, after a few drinks of this, I'll be fucking falling down.
So as it sits there, the longer it sits there, the more cloudy it'll start to turn into glass. There's so many oil content in Ouzo that it actually changes in its hue while it's in the glass.
So what's the best time to drink this? Right away or later?
It's normally a digestive that we drink on the rocks after dinner. We put it on the rocks typically. I say we as in Greeks. Put it on the rocks typically because it will fluctuate more. So you know how you put water drops on whiskey comparatively to your ice being with whiskey? Have you seen people that do that?
I put like 7-Up on it.
I hear you. So when you're drinking your whiskey...
No, I don't. School me up on
So when you're drinking your whiskey straight, you might meet your people that want to put a couple of drops on their whiskey. There might be some people that want to put it on a rock.
Fuck, my people wouldn't do that. They would just pound her back and drink it right out of the bottle.
I heard that, brother. So what essentially the goal of it is, when you're downproofing it to a specific proof, it will stay more similarly at that flavor. When it's on ice, it will kind of ride a wave of different flavor profiles. So every sip you take, if you want to take little sips here and there as we're talking, every sip will be different than the last one. It constantly changes.
Interesting. You see how murky it's getting in there?
Yeah. And you might think that's the condensation, but it's actually just getting cloudy in there. It's really cool.
It's either that or you're just getting pissed and you can't see straight one.
And that is, so you still see it tastes sweet, but it's not like a liqueur in the sense that there's sugar added.
You know what? It's nice.
It is.
I think you'd make it about a half a bottle and you'd be pissed.
And I will say, a fun word to say cheers in Greek is not opa. A lot of people think it's opa.
Isn't that grandma?
No. That is grandpa in German.
Well,
It's
grandma.
Opa.
Opa?
Papu is grandpa in Greek, and yaya is grandma.
Okay.
Opa is like when you're dancing or you bust your ass or break something, when people smash the plates, like you've seen Greeks do.
Now, what's MILF in Greek?
That's a good question. We're not teaching the bad words here, all right? But a phrase in Greek for cheers is a phrase that we've shortened. The full phrase is stine yamas. We've all shortened that to just the phrase yamas. So if you ever, it translates to our health in Greek.
Well, I tell you what. Yamas.
Yamas.
I tell you what. That don't put any lead in your pencil, nothing will.